Hey everyone, this is Pea Soups and welcome back to Happy Little Saplings. Last episode, I believe we did a fair amount of Botania. We got our Terrasteel agglomeration plate and our portal to Alfheim, which means we now have access to the elven technologies in Botania. And we are actually going to create a pretty awesome flower. It's the Loonium. And let's take a quick look at him. Oh, that was generating. Weary adventurer knows that dungeons can hold valuable goodies. The Loonium can, at the use of an extreme amount of mana, materialize these items and drop them in the nearby vicinity. So, it actually generates its own dungeon loot, so we don't have to go into the dangerous dungeons and get ourselves all stressed out in there. We can just relax and let the loot come to us. So, I think I've actually created the runes I need. Yeah, I think that was everything as far as the runes go. Envy, Gluttony, and Sloth. And I need a redstone root. This pixie dust, let's go ahead and make some of that. And for that, we do need our elven portal open. And that takes a chunk of mana, but it is now open. Oh! I hate to leave that open for longer than necessary, but I've been busy and I need to put this to use here. I've already put the stuff away. Okay, I've got what I needed. I'm not sure where I put the other stuff, but I've been busy. And if I drop down here, I do have a dense cable all the way out here. I probably didn't need a dense cable. And it was not fun to run this thing under the river. But yeah, then that goes into the core over there. But since I have this in place, I must put it to use. And let's pull you off of here. Actually, I don't want that. Hook him up there. And I hate to do this to the tree, but I think it'll be okay. Because we have panels. And so we can rebuild our tree with our technology inside. There we go. You'd never know. So, no more running back and forth. We can come straight to here. Alright. With that said... Ooh, is that all the ender pearls we have left? Oh, we've got a couple more. And... oh. That's right, we need to turn these into mana pearls. There we go. Okay, we got our pixie dust. Good grief, that takes a lot of mana. I'm going to leave it open for now, though. We're not really lacking mana for the moment, though we will be soon. Alright, so our other items we need are redstone root, no problem there. We'll need 8 green petals and 2 grey. Okay, and we have everything we need for this flower. So, pixie dust, grey petals, green petals. looks like I managed to take that one back. And you, and you, and you, and the redstone root. There we go. And we'll make one more just to have it. So you. Oh, of course, I need my petals. And there we go. So we have our 2 Looniums. Let's see just how much they do drain. Yeah, you can visibly see the things draining. And I got a Saplings sapling. Okay, so we see how this thing is working. It is pulling a lot of mana, but it's just popping the items out around it. So, okay, so here's what we're going to have to do. We're going to need to keep a reserve of mana in the center, but send any excess over to wherever we want this Loonium running. Oh, look, RF dimlets. Oh, that's great. So yeah, I'll need to design a way of having this guy drawing his power from here, but keeping some in here. So I'm going to give that a try. And oh, I'm already enjoying this. What do we get? 2 ender pearls? Oh. Okay. Yeah, I can get used to this guy. Alright, I'm going to start putting things together for generating the mana and moving them, and I'll be back with you guys. And look, we already have... Oh, that's rare treasure. We already have our division sigil as well. I got distracted by that as I'm putting this together here. Do we have the rare? Oh, these are fantastic. Look at all of this gear. I put the other one down as well. Okay, back to getting this thing sorted. Getting a plan together. Okay, I think I figured out how I want to go about this. As you can see, I'd like to raise these things up. I don't want the mana kind of shooting through where we'll be walking. I kind of want it to come together in a point at the top there, and then come down into these guys. So I don't think I'm going to leave this here, but I believe the sparks will be able to handle the output from these guys, and we'll find out. We'll see how that goes. So if we pop that guy up there, okay. Alright, let's get our program sorted here. So as you can see, I am using Steve's Factory Manager to output the items into the Gormarillus. And let's see what we have here. Okay, so the input and output, let's select the gold box, gold chest, which I've put just right there as the input for the items. And the outputs, in playing around with this, it seems that I'm going... Oh, it's storming. It seems that I'm going to have to use a couple of splits in here. So what I'm going to do is use 2 5-way splitters and 1 2-way splitter, which I don't like using that much, but it's kind of the only way to go about this with Steve's Factory mod. Alright, so our program is actually quite simple. We have a trigger that runs every 15 seconds. And that goes to the input chest over here. Uses that to input the potatoes. And then it goes through a couple of flows just to break things out, because we actually need to export to each of these individually, because we need to make sure that only one goes to each one. So I have to have multiple outputs set up like that. But what that should result in is, if I toss some potatoes in here, there's 31, and that goes to 21. So that means everyone got fed. So that means that everyone should have, yeah, look at that. Alright, so now we get our spreaders. Oh, I think I had one too few there. There we go. And, oh, fell down a hole. Let's pop all of these guys on. And hopefully they're bound okay, but we can deal with it. Oh, why can't I do that? Oh. You know why? Because I have these on the other ones. Oops. There we go. And get rid of you. Okay, now I should be able to get just far back enough to deal with these. And yeah, that looks okay. Because I do want them kind of shooting upwards a little bit. So, let's put this in bind mode. And you bound to you. And you point up there. So, same here. Oops. Are you working? Yep, there we go. You to you and you. Yeah, this is what I wanted. Okay. I am happy. I've been trying to figure out how to make this, make the mana streams almost kind of structural, so that they are kind of part of the build, rather than just something that has to be dealt with. So, oops. If we point all of those guys up there, it almost builds kind of a roof over our Botania setup. So there we go. And with that, let's make sure that they have plenty to operate with. Okay, so those guys should get fed any second. That looks cool. That looks great. Okay, so let's grab our sparks and oh, I already have the ore vent. So essentially what I want is this one to send down to all of those. So if I can get my spark on here and give it a recessive augment, that should start filling these guys up pretty quickly. Oh, they're going to need sparks as well, of course. Yep, and if we look here, we can literally see as the mana goes up. it's going up that quickly. Wow. These sparks are amazing. I hadn't played with them previously, so this is new to me. But I think we're generating a pretty decent amount of mana now. Oops, nope. I'll have to fix that. And I guess that was him. And which one was that? 560 and 65. Inventories 560. Is that right? 650. Yeah. So that's him. Okay, he's good to go again. That was a mistake. And let's see how that's keeping up. Yeah, it seems to have a very small amount in there, but I think that should be fine. I just don't want it overflowing, so it starts wasting mana generation, but I think it'll be okay. Alright, so with that, what we'll need is one of the aggressive, actually, yeah, I'm gonna need an aggressive augment, and that would be under mana manipulation, spark augmentation, and dispersive dominant. There it is. So it's fire. So we'll need an ender pearl for our augment, and you, and we'll need a rune of fire. So let's get our fairy dust, or pixie dust, that's right. Okay, so the dominant, where the recessive sends out all of its mana, the dominant actually claims mana from pools with a standard spark on them. So the recessive sends it to plain sparks, and the aggressive takes it from those sparks. And let's see where I want to set up my Okay, so now that I think about it, we don't actually need like a huge setup for our Looniums to run. So I'm going to toss a spark onto this mana pool right here and give him that dominant augment. Let him start pulling from these guys. And let's see. He's going down. Oops. There we go. Yeah, I was thinking about making like a field for these guys to spawn things in, but it's not really that necessary, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be too much of a problem. Oh, I'm picking up random items now. Okay, so that means that we're going to have to make a vacuum hopper of some sort. So let's see what our options are with that. Vacuum chest, here we go. Vacuum item duct? No, it's not those ones. That's an easy one for us. And not a moment too soon, because we just ran out of ender pearls. So we'll have a vacuum hopper, and we'll have a just a chest. And let's throw you there. Throw you there. And we should be able to configure the sides of this thing. Nope. You? I think that should be right. There we go. Now everything it picks up. Oh my goodness, it's picking up some cool stuff already. Dimlets, nether quartz, gunpowder. I don't know if we're going to be able to continue to sustain. Oh, you know what? It looks like things are getting blocked right there. So let's have these guys, let's move this a little bit. Oh, those went in there. So let's move him to here, and he can get that spark back. And his dominant. Let's see if that helps things at all. And while he's doing that, yeah, I'm not quite sure how I feel about this setup. Okay, I figured out what I didn't like about it. I think it was just having that chest up there. Otherwise, maybe we can throw a few more nice flowers around it. And to make things a little... Oh, not so much easier, but this is just necessary, really. Let's get into our main area here. And get some cables. And we're going to need an import bus. There we go. I think I'm going to move our Terra Steel agglomeration plate. Kind of doesn't need to be right there. I'm going to probably make a pretty spot for it. Okay, so that's going to pull in everything that the Loonium every time. The Loonium. So we can pop everything in that. See, we already have an Ender Lily seed as well. Okay. I have way too much stuff on me. Sparks, saddles. So this is probably going to fill up our AE system. Mana in a bottle. Fantastic. And what else do we need? Okay, we need to supply this guy with some potatoes. So let's reconfigure our drone. I think that'll be the last thing we do in this episode. Alright, it looks like we got our first delivery of baked potatoes. And all of those guys are going. That's a wonderful sight. Okay, so I've moved this guy back over, so now he's only pulling from this one mana pool right here, leaving the other ones full. And so he'll pull that mana, the Looniums will grab it, and they'll produce disposable item turrets and amber and steel chest plates and all sorts of fun stuff. yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what those guys pull, so I'm going to leave that disconnected from the ME network right now. Let's take a look. Yep, it looks like our drone is doing a fantastic job of keeping this place fed. So yeah, there is our slightly prettier Botania setup, certainly more powerful. It looks great. I'm really happy with it. I kind of want to keep on building out this little area to see what we can come up with, but that's for between episodes, I think. For now, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. I certainly have. And I'll see you guys again soon. Peace.